Welcome to Car House. This is a Three Pedals podcast. I'm Al Richards. We have Mike Palumbo.
Hola.
Dan Pendleton.
Hello.
And Ben Jensen.
Hey, hello.
And our guest today is, you know what? I don't even know how to say your last name.
Which one?
That's the problem.
That's the best spot.
Timmy 5 names, as I call him, but his Instagram is Timmy 4 names.
That is me. Hello. You're.
And thanks everyone for listening. If you're first time, welcome. And if not, thanks for coming back. And any callbacks? I know Dan had a few things from couple two tree
well,
podcasts.
we were talking about, I think you guys were talking about hero cars.
Yep.
Do you have any hero cars, Tim?
Oh, that's a.
Did you guys say the Batmobile? Obviously, what you talked about.
Yeah, we ran through a bunch of cars. Like we had the D2 S8 from Ronin. We had
the Italian Job.
Yeah, we had the minis from Italian Job.
Yeah.
Like remake minis or the old like 60s Italian
That's what I was saying, because the original one was sick.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we were referring to the new one because of like the explosion of like it was basically marketing.
It was like right when the movie came out and the cars came here.
I will say I do love an R53. I have a soft spot for those.
That would be the one I would buy. Manual.
Yes. Just I mean, all wrought out.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. God damn. What's his face's GTO judge from Dazed and Confused.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
One
absolutely.
Melbatos too.
Yep.
I actually, when I went to MotoGP for my birthday in Austin, we went to Top Notch and they were doing a car show and they had all the old cars. It was so good.
That's
but yeah,
cool.
no, Melbatos and that GTO judge does it for me.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I had the it's lame as hell, but it's the red 944 from 16 Candles.
So I brought that up in our chat.
It's just so mint and brand new, and the guy drives it in high school.
Yep.
And I'm like, fuck.
I mean, what was that? Do you have any idea what the MSRP was brand new?
Not a lot.
No.
23,000.
Something like
right?
that.
So
For a
back then,
Porsche.
I guess that was pretty affordable. I had one
Oh,
in high school.
all right, I
I
got
paid
something to go along with
$3,000
that.
for. So that
Well,
was
it's all
cool,
fun and
but
games
It
until
didn't
you-
look that nice.
It's all fun and games until you get to that 30,000 mile timing belt chain and the 15,000 mile timing belt checks.
33K base. So
Okay.
we were talking about that today at work. We were talking about the median price for new cars, and it was roughly $50,000.
Yep.
And that's just high to low, whatever. So we were trying to figure out what is the inflation price from 1980 and what the median car was for that. And it was $12,000 was the inflation price to 50, but the average car was like $7,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Today's money?
No, the 1980, the average car
Was 7,000.
was 7,000.
Yeah.
But
$12,000 is the equivalent of what
$12,000 is the
$50,000 would be
equivalent to the
today.
50
So
today.
basically today would be a $25,000 car in what would have been the median
Right.
price in 1980.
Yeah, essentially, yeah, roughly.
Which you can't buy. I don't
Yeah,
think
it gets
can
you
buy
a Jetta S or a Jetta Sport.
No.
It gets you a Corolla.
I don't even think it gets you a Jetta S anymore. I think a Jetta S is like 28.
I thought they were like 23.
So
They used to be.
a base model Mini is 29, like low, no sunroof. You get nothing.
Yeah,
it's 29.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, you guys can. But I was gonna look at what the cheapest.
You can get a nice
Cheapest
Corolla,
car.
a nice Kia K4,
All the throwaway vehicles.
but a Hyundai Kona.
To bring back the original Italian Job, that was an awesome one.
Yes.
That was a great movie, definitely worth watching. The other big hero car was obviously Steve McQueen in Bullet. That was I watched that for the first time when I was in we took a trip we drove down to North Carolina. We stayed in Ashland. And North Carolina, yep.
Yeah.
Or Asheville, sorry. Asheville.
Yeah.
And I was like, we had a day where we were just killing time, and I was like, I'm just gonna throw this movie on because it was like I found it on there. I just wanted to watch old movies all day. And I was like, wow, that was a solid movie. That is probably one of the best car chases, they say.
You know what's
It's
funny?
definitely a top 5.
Yeah.
People take the Bullet Mustang all the time. I'm going to be the odd man out. Give me the black Chargers they drove. The 68s in that car that chased the Bullet Mustang were just as sick.
Very cool. Yeah.
Hyundai Venue, $20,000.
What's it look like?
Terrible.
It's not good.
Let me see it.
Go to an enterprise car lot. You'll see a bunch of them.
Can you? Do they still
It's-
make the Yaris?
Yeah.
It's wrapped in the camo crap.
Yeah,
Actually,
It looks like a Kia Soul.
they only make the
It's a
GR.
it's a compact SUV.
Yeah, but not even in the U.S.
Yeah, no, you gotta.
We
Oh
got-
no, it's the GR Corolla. Yeah, you're right.
Is that the cool one?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are
I
sick.
think-
That's the one.
I think those are sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Yep. I'd buy one.
Yep.
Yeah, the only other throwback or callback was you guys were talking about the Corvette, and I agreed with Ben that I think that the C7 Corvette was an awesome looking car, and it just had the proportions of a Corvette, like. And if you saw it in race trim, like those were the coolest
Yeah.
of all time. Like to see, I saw them at IMSA or down in Daytona, and I was like, "Holy shit, this thing is sick!" But when they went to the mid-engine, not to say it looked, it just didn't look like a Corvette anymore.
It looked
'Cause-
more supercar.
And my comparison is if they took a 911 and then they put the engine in the front, it's no longer a 911. I'm sorry, you've changed the proportions of the car. It's a completely different drivetrain. I mean, I just think that they should have called it something else, but clearly Chevy wasn't going to do that for marketing purposes, and I understand why they did it. Great car, crazy bargain for the performance. I just think that if in true like Corvette fashion, it is no longer a Corvette. It's something else.
To add fuel to the fire, there was something that came out that GM was going to re-release the Camaro in 2029
Ugh.
as a four-door.
Yep.
Weird.
It's supposed to be built on the same platform as the new V. That's why.
Ruin it again.
Why?
Here we go.
Well, I mean, unpopular opinion, that Alpha platform that just was the last platform that the CTS-V and the Camaro were built on was fantastic.
Yeah.
I've heard amazing things about how they drive. I'm okay with four doors.
Camaros were never four doors.
I agree.
That
but
was like my whole thing about the Corvette too, is just change something, change the name, do something. I get the heritage and I get they're trying to bring it back, and people will buy it if it has a name on it or if it has, nostalgia to them. But like, what's nostalgic about that? Because it's literally just the name.
yeah. Well, didn't they try naming them Stingray for a while too? I thought when they first came out, they were
think
like,
so, yeah.
it's a Stingray,
Yeah.
and that's why they kind of differentiated. It's a Corvette line, but it's still a Stingray.
Yeah, wasn't the rumor that they were going to make Corvette like Ram?
Its own thing.
They were going to make it
Yes.
its own thing. It wasn't going to be a Chevy anymore. It
Yep.
was going to be Corvette.
Well, have you ever seen McMulkin Chevy down in Nashua?
Yeah,
They literally
it's a
have
Corvette
an entire
center. Yep.
floor that
Yeah.
just has Corvettes in it. Like, it is a big enough market to where maybe they could do that like they did with Ram, as far as just make Corvette almost like a brand in its own. But
Yeah.
I don't know. At the same time, it's just like leave it. I don't
Didn't
know. Leave it the
another
way it is.
manufacturer? Other manufacturers have done that, right? I'm trying to think. Like I can't think of any.
We make their
Genesis-
own model.
Genesis.
Yeah, Genesis.
They made their
Completely
own.
different dealer. Wasn't there another one though?
They've
I mean,
gone-
There's
Oh,
probably-
Scion was kind of like a Toyota
Yeah,
spin.
that was supposed to be like the fun young Toyota
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
people would buy.
My mom had a lime green Scion XB when I was growing up.
yeah.
Factory subwoofer in the back. Thing was
Wait, was
sweet.
that? No, what was the box?
That was the
Yeah,
box.
yeah, it was the box.
Dude,
It was
I
the
never
box.
see those anymore.
I don't care what anyone said. I had a massive hard on for a TC when I was like
Yeah.
16.
I
I think everybody.
To be
did.
honest, if they're well done, I still kind of have
I
a bit
like
of a chub
TCs.
for them. I don't mind the way they look.
the second gens were great.
Yep.
Kim, you remember? She had the TC,
No.
with the red like time attack wheels. It was.
Oh wow!
It
What
was
color
the
car?
TC like.
Oh, was it one of like the funky release series that
It
they
was
had
one of the
where it was
special
like
edition ones, so it had like different cams and shit.
I only
so-
know Kim with the GLI.
Oh no! Well, so I got her into Volkswagen.
What year did she get the GLI?
2011 or 2012.
Yeah, so it was like-
But she had this TC. I forget what it's called. Shit.
it was one of the release series, probably like the release
It was
2.0.
the it might have
or
been
the-
like a TRD edition or something.
Okay, yeah.
But it had time attack, like the red circles around the wheels, black wheels. It had like different lights and shit. But the cool part was they didn't stop there. They did engine mods. So I actually liked driving it. And then I had her drive like my GTI, and she was like, "My car sucks."
But that was the coolest thing back in the day with those. Like you could literally go to the dealership and be like, "I want a TC. I also want the TRD supercharger and the lowering springs and the rear sway
Yeah.
bar and the exhaust and all that stuff." And you could get it all installed, financed, factory warranty, whatever you wanted. And
Speaking of the factory TRD stuff, we were at the Target car show, local,
Yeah.
whatever you think, last week, and there was a 02 Camry with the TRD supercharger on it.
No way.
Yeah.
Dude, I would have taken that over anything in the
Yeah,
parking
so
lot.
I fell down a YouTube rabbit hole last night, and I was watching some kid found in a junkyard for
Rusty?
$300. Yeah, yeah, it was like the 01 or something Camry with the 3-liter V6 with the TRD supercharger on it, and it was fantastic.
So good.
You know who had the best like performance package that you can go? Dodge. My father worked for Dodge 02 up to like 09, and you could go to a Dodge dealer, buy an SRT4 Neon, and then you could turn right around and go to the parts counter, and you could open the Mopar performance book, and they had everything from cams, bigger turbo, bigger injectors, downpipes, everything.
Yeah, you could hop those things up to like 400, 450 horsepower from the factory.
It was
Bring that
sick.
back.
They did
Yeah.
that, but they did that prior to like the hot hatch thing or the hot.
I mean, it was
whatever.
2000.
They weren't really a hatch, I guess.
No, there was
No, it was a sedan. Yeah, it was a 4.
Yeah, but they did that like because Mopar was always like that.
Yeah.
like back
But the fact that
in the
they did
'90s,
it, the fact that they did it with, because they saw
tuner
how
stuff.
they saw
Yeah.
how good the GTI was selling, and they were like, we need to get in it.
Mm-hmm.
I have such a soft spot for SRT4s.
They're cool.
When they get cams in them,
Yeah.
they fucking sound amazing.
If I ever had the opportunity, I would buy an SRT PT Cruiser.
They actually made them.
Oh yeah, they did.
Those are tough.
hate
That's a
those
tough
It,
sell.
I think it's so sick just because, don't get me wrong, I don't like PT Cruisers, but like imagine a 500 horsepower PT Cruiser just pulls up next to you and someone's like, there's no shot.
Okay, well, and realistically, if you had to rank it, you would buy a PT Cruiser before you bought an SRT Caliber.
I don't know.
Yep.
I think I take the Caliber.
I think I'd take the loser
I
Cruiser.
would rather be caught in a PT Cruiser
Yeah.
than a Caliber.
Give me the wood
I don't
grain on the
know.
side too.
You know, it's
That
funny.
shit's hot.
I was behind one of them today, but it was a convertible, and it was the Grand Touring with the 2.4 turbo. I was like, yo, this
God,
dude
yeah.
has no idea what he has right now. It's hysterical.
There was a bit of a phase where I went on Marketplace looking for them, just to try and find one cheap enough to make it stupid.
Didn't they call their automatic like a slap shift or something
yeah.
like that? Yeah.
yeah, because speed.
Oh my
How
god.
about the Prowler though?
Dude, Prowler was a
Yeah, with a
I
great
saw one.
V6 in it.
I saw one the other day because I used to like them when I was a kid.
yeah, obviously.
Because I was like, this thing's cool. It's open road, like open wheel roadster. And I saw one the other day, and I was like, I kind of don't hate it.
Yeah.
You know what?
It's cool to see that over regular traffic.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like,
I give Dodge's props where credit needs to be given, because they've always done a really good job of putting out wild stuff at times where people are not putting out good things. I mean, think of the time period, 1998. You have like Ford has the Taurus show, which I saw a
Yep.
black one earlier on my way up here. But like all these manufacturers are making these ugly cars, and Dodge is like, hey, you know what? Here's an open top, open wheel car.
Yeah.
It's not the fastest, but it's the coolest thing you'll have in the parking lot any day of the week.
And nobody in our generation would deny a purple Prowler if it was offered to
Absolutely.
if it was
There was-
offered to them.
there was one-
Everyone would take it.
There was one in Milford growing up. The gentleman who owned a gas station in the center of town named Ralph's owned one. It was parked out front every single day. Washed it, waxed it. It was a staple in
it's
town.
cool to see it flex over bumps with like the control arms.
Yeah.
And everything.
Oh, watching it.
I saw it
Yeah,
like
wish
take a
bone.
turn, and I was like, that's really cool. Kind of. You know, I was like, I wouldn't choose it, but
No, but-
you know, just to see it in the wild.
What are those?
Yeah.
I wonder what those go for nowadays.
They're still big money.
How much were
It's
they?
still in the like 30s and 40s.
I throw that in the
category.
category of like the SSR
Oh, I hated those.
Chevy truck.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a weird.
I kind of like the SSRs.
It's
I'll double down. I worked at Chevy when those were out. The SSRs were not for me. The fact that they had a Corvette drivetrain was sick.
sick. Yeah.
HHR.
the HHR with the SS
Yes,
Cobalt motor in
but
it.
you know what's
we
even
talked
better
about
than
those
that?
early.
You could get the HHR SS
The panels.
in a panel.
Yeah, in a
van.
panel van.
All right, now I'm going to stop you right here. You
cheap.
shit on my PT Cruiser, and then you're going to say an HHR because it's an
I don't-
SS is
no,
cool.
no, no, no.
Don't
It has
even-
a bed.
Don't start.
I don't
with me.
like
They're
them, but the
same
fact
thing.
that they did it was sick.
But the HHR panels were in the SS trim were like, I think they only made something like 167 of them or something like that. Like they're stupid rare.
and they have no back seats.
No,
It is just a panel. It's a conversion van.
it's a work van.
Yeah.
Yep.
That they just was like, hey, here's a 260 horsepower turbocharged 4-cylinder.
Yep.
You can get your
Send
deliveries done real quick.
Right.
We had an HHR panel for a delivery van. It
That's
was the
cool.
biggest piece of shit ever.
Yes.
All right, let me ask a question here to everybody. What do you guys think was the best retro muscle car? Who did it the best? Do you think Dodge with with the Charger,
See,
the Challenger?
I think they've
or
done more of them.
Mustang. Do you think?
I think the Mustang has a great lineage that you can follow with even the new ones, the shape and everything like that. They've done a really good job, like Porsche does.
But they never stop making them.
they never
So
stop
like the Mustang
Yeah.
E.
I will say
The Mach E.
best one that I think looks the best is the '08 Challengers.
Me too.
Those
I
08
agree.
Challengers with the one piece
Yep.
tail
Yep.
light that look like the 70, like that's a good. I think they've aged very
Right,
me
well.
too.
for
Well,
what
they
it
did
is.
like bring back all the old paint colors, and they did a true like
Plum
like when
crazy.
when Ford did it in whatever 04, 05, whenever they did the retro Mustang, like everyone was like, oh cool, it's a modern Mustang. Like it didn't look bad, but it didn't age well.
No.
Whereas like those, when you see them, you're still like, I remember when those came out.
Yeah.
like I felt like it held a place with you.
I thought
versus-
they looked the most retro, like
Yes.
the most
Yeah,
authentic.
agreed.
But arguably, I think the ones that have aged well now through multiple or facelifts or whatever, I hate Mustangs, but I will give it to Ford. I think the new Mustangs,
new Edge?
they do
No,
the
the new
the one after that, right?
The new Edge was so it was the Fox body, then it was the SN95 where they kind of got round,
Yeah.
and then it was the new Edge, so like the '04 Terminator, and then they went to this new.
It was after the S.
whatever the new ones are called, like the S210s or S212s or something, whatever.
S550.
That's the newest one.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like those are, in my opinion, of like the modern
Yeah,
retro muscle cars, the new Mustangs are by far the best looking ones out of
Yeah.
the Camaro,
can
Challenger.
They definitely look more like a sports car now.
Yeah, they did a good job of keeping the retro, but
Yeah.
keeping it, but bringing it
minus
into the
the-
modern.
Minus the electric SUV. That was kind of a weird.
Yeah, that was-
sidestep.
that was terrible.
Yeah, that was a stupid.
well,
Decision.
you know the big thing why I've realized why a lot of those manufacturers do it is they make EVs because they get carbon credits
Yeah.
to offset
Why do you
whatever they
think
make.
BMW hasn't sold Mini yet?
Why do you think Ferrari made that electric SUV? Because
Yeah.
it offsets their carbon footprint to keep making V12.
They can keep making those M cars if they keep Mini in their fleet.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why like Lamborghini makes a V12 with like a hybrid drive.
Yep.
Which, dude, unpopular opinion, I don't know why we are looking at ICE engines right now and going, yeah, we need to go electric. We are at the fact that Lamborghini can make you a V12 with 800 NA horsepower and then another 150 48 volt hybrid system and go, yeah, no, we can't do any better than this. We need to go. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Wild to me.
Yeah.
I heard jokes about Dodge or whatever coming out with a Copperhead is going to be
Yes.
allegedly their newest thing. But then there's jokes that it's like it's being talked about now, but it's not going to come out for another 4 or 5 years. And so like I'm curious to see what their actual plans.
But to your
is.
point though, Dodge is just a bunch of drunk uncles sitting in a room and be
yeah.
like, "What big ass motor are we gonna shove
That's what we
in
need.
what car?"
That's what we need.
And that's yeah.
They found
Yeah,
the guy
literally.
who created the Viper in a nursing home somewhere and said, "We're going to bring you back and see what you can come up with."
Yeah, well, it's that whole new line of Ram pickups that they're doing. They're doing like
Sick.
3
Trucks.
different levels of like sport trucks and stuff like that.
Bringing
It's
back
like
the SRT.
If
That's
Dodge,
cool.
if Dodge was smart, why wouldn't they bring back the Viper as a competitor to the Vet?
So funny you say that. That's what this Copperhead is supposed to
Oh,
do. It's
okay.
supposed to
Copperhead Snake.
is a snake.
Okay.
Hence,
Yep.
so it's
Gotcha.
supposed to
Yep.
replace the Viper. And that's the thing that everyone's like, oh my god, it's a new Viper. And Dodge is like, no. Like, listen, we understand that it's
You're
a
not going to
Copperhead.
ruin the lineage.
So that's
of the Viper.
that's what Corvette should have done. They don't want to ruin the Viper lineage, so we're going to bring in something else,
Absolutely.
new name, and
Which callback to 15 minutes ago, unpopular opinion, C8R Corvettes, the IMSA ones, look way better than C7R Corvettes.
Do they?
They are sick as hell.
I will agree with you on that.
They are so sick. Nothing beats the C6R.
We'll have to post that up, and we'll
Yeah, we'll have to-
spread on that.
C8R is so
C6 over everything.
Yes.
In my opinion.
For normal cars, absolutely.
Yeah.
C5 with the flippity doos.
Can't hate it.
I mean,
Yeah.
we all remember Gran Turismo 2 or 3 having the C5R Corvette and ripping that around Laguna Seca and everything like that. That was pretty iconic.
I always had the hardest time on Laguna Seca because that fucking
The hill.
downhill.
Come
Yeah.
on,
Corkscrew.
Al, you brake early, keep it in second, don't put it in first, and rip
You've
it around
seen
the
me
corner.
race before.
I have.
I am
You're
all
a fucking-
gas, no brake.
You are a fucking savage.
I'm trying. If I can time it right to the car in front of me, I'm going right off their door every time.
First off, C5R, raise hell, praise Dale. R.I.P.
Amen, brother.
The fact that that was the second to last car, or the second car to last car that he drove before he died, hell yeah.
Yep.
But all right, I guess that's it for that.
Random banter.
Yeah, random.
I guess that's it. We're 20 minutes deep.
Yeah.
into random
All right, guys. Well, thanks for listening.
Call it. And, so we'll get into
Getting to Timmy.
Timmy.
Can you pronounce your last names? All
All right.
of them.
So
hold on. Let me see if
Yeah,
I can say
let's
it.
get the whole government.
yeah, please.
Let me see if I can say it.
I would love to see if anyone else can pronounce it properly.
I'm not even going to try.
Timothy James LaValle
There you go.
Frustagila.
Nope.
No.
Frustraglia.
Frustrag. No. Oh, I would have went with
I'm
that.
going to give you all a hint.
was gonna
The
say-
G is silent.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's well,
Frustalia?
Frustalia.
Frusta.
On the money.
He's Italian.
Frustalia. Yeah. The G is silent. Timothy James LaValle Frustalia.
Like
Fucking
lasagna.
fucking a bunch of Neanderthals over here.
My last name's Richards. What do you want from me?
Yeah.
the lack of olive skin in this room is
Oh
ridiculous.
my God.
Dude, I just booked a trip to Italy.
Fucking
this
white
month,
people.
dude. I'm
Attaboy.
going. Yeah,
Love
I'm
that
going
for
to Venice. I'm going to the Dolomites, and I'm going to Lake Garda. So I'll be there for 10 days. I'm psyched.
That's awesome.
So let's start from the beginning.
Oh, where do?
What are your parents' names?
Where are they from? Where they grow up in Italy?
Date of birth, social security
They got
number,
an
all that
olive
good
farm?
stuff.
Blood type.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, I don't even know that.
No.
Sorry. I mean, where do you want to begin? What do you want to start with? Volkswagens,
Let's
cars.
Go, let's go first car.
Oh, my first car was a 1997 Jeep Cherokee XJ.
Yep.
White, lifted, 31s.
Makes sense.
It was the dumbest vehicle to own.
Sean
to
and
live
Tim
in
are
the city.
shaking right now.
It was the dumbest vehicle to own living in the city, but goddamn it, I loved every minute of that 6 miles to the gallon.
Oh man.
Oh, it was brutal.
How old were you when you had that?
18. I didn't get my license until I was 18. I lived my whole entire life. I lived outside of Boston. So until I was 18, I skateboarded, I rode bikes, I was on the T. I was in Cambridge every day. So I never needed a car. And then it wasn't until I moved outside of Boston into Woburn where I was like, shit, I need to drive everywhere now. It's not easy to get anywhere up here. So I got my license. And then a family member had a Ram that needed tires, and this Jeep was sitting in their driveway. He's like, you buy me tires and you can have the Jeep. I said,
Deal.
fucking done deal. And then, yeah, the rest is history. So, and my first Volkswagen, though, wasn't until like another year and a half later. It was a 92 Jetta GL, Tornado Red. The one that I had forever.
Yep.
I love that car. I miss it so much.
Were you into cars when you got your license at 18? Or
Oh, yeah.
so how long before that do you think you got into
Oh, I've been
auto?
into cars since I was a child. I've followed endurance racing since I was probably like 4.
Okay.
I was
Oh, wow.
big into it. I grew up in a NASCAR household too.
Oh yeah, brother.
My uncle was a big Bobby Labonte fan.
Yep.
I a Dale Earnhardt fan, obviously, and then did Dale Jr. And the Rainbow Warrior, obviously.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, when I was, I don't know, like 4, I had a PlayStation 1, and Test Drive had a game called Le Mans. That was literally just the name Le Mans, and I was hooked on endurance racing from there on out because you could play 24 hours of Daytona. And like in 98, like this is insane that it has like a light cycle in a game on a PlayStation 1, but like that hooked me to endurance racing. And then my mother had a boyfriend who was a tow truck driver and had G bodies. And he had 2 Monte Carlos. He had a black one and a red one with a red interior.
Yep.
And I remember being a kid in my living room in Somerville, laying underneath my coffee table pretending I was a mechanic. And the rest was history. I was into cars. My father was worked at Parkway Cycle, so like dirt bikes was always in my life. I was always around gasoline and tires and anything action sports. Like it was just what fueled me for my entire life.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean that was
Were you born outside of Boston?
I was born in Cambridge.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, born and raised in Cambridge and Somerville. I spent my whole life there, and I tell myself all the time, I'm going to move out. I'm going to get out of this fucking hellhole of a fucking area, and then I leave
it.
for a week, and then I go,
Nah.
all right, I'm ready to go back home now. This place sucks.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty lively.
It's
You got a lot going on down there.
just, there's nothing like it.
Yeah.
And then like I go everywhere else, and like the food is not as good, and then I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'll deal with the 6 months of fucking snow for the amazing summers that we get, and things like that. So, but yeah, no, that's kind of what started it all. And then like I said, as the years went on, it got into Volkswagens. I got into high school, and actually even before high school, Joey's son had a Montana Green GTI with a VR swap, and I remember, oh God, it was probably middle school because I lived around the corner from him, and he drove by one day, and I saw it and I heard the VR. And I was like, I don't know what the fuck that is, but I want it.
Yep.
That fucking sounds amazing. And then I found Vortex, and then just was on Vortex until, I don't know, 5 years ago.
Vortex, the downfall of everybody.
God,
People still post shit for
Yeah.
sale on there though. So
it's still, I'm surprised because it's gone through another server change.
yeah, somebody was
And-
talking about that recently.
And it lost all the galleries, and that was the big reason why I still used it, because it had every gallery from 1998, and it was awesome to go back and just like see the old stuff, just like having all the old PVWs. You could see all the stuff that everyone posted, even like the stock fucking it's 98 fucking Winter Treffen in Orlando, and it's like a stock fucking 2.0 GTI, and you're like,
Yeah, because you can find all those old car show pages within. Yeah.
the threads. It was fantastic.
Did it get lost? All of it?
They changed servers again, and the gallery option is gone.
That sucks.
It was-
because Photo Bucket ruined the whole thing.
Yeah, Photo Bucket
they-
was the first step of the downfall.
Photo Bucket ruined the internet for forums, basically.
Photo Bucket was for like personal, but like all the event photos
The Vortex Gallery.
were the Vortex gallery were hosted on VW
Yeah.
Vortex.
all the build threads and
All that was Photo Bucket.
Yep.
That was Photo Bucket, but
Yeah.
he's talking about when you go to the actual,
oh, I see.
Yeah.
like the
Yeah, we
gallery.
actually got like
Yeah.
the Vortex
That was-
coverage of shows.
That was
and stuff
that was
that.
like
And-
that was like Vortex posting those
Yes.
in their gallery.
But yeah, so if you went far enough back, you would get shows, like I said, Winter Treffen 98, or, any of the old VW Sport get-togethers, or from like with Brad and all
Yep.
them.
Yep.
You would have all those photos, and there'd be hundreds of photos, and
Just,
like
like,
nobody
awesome,
ever saw them, because I mean, people saw them, but like
nobody cared at the time.
nobody cared at the time.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy. It was awesome to just go back and see.
What it was like,
Yeah.
when you were there.
Exactly.
We were.
I wasn't, but
no.
it was cool to be able to see that.
Doug was there. Doug Polly.
I
You
was-
might
I,
have.
I would have been there,
Yeah.
but I was too busy having a kid.
VW Sport. That was prior to 1552.
Yeah. So that was Brad Beardrow, John Hazel, Rich, I can't pronounce his last name, Pug, out of Baltimore, a bunch of them. They still are around. And then,
Yeah.
Brad ended up going on and making 1552.
Yep.
And then, the rest is history on that one.
Yeah, I learned all about that when we had Doug
Doug,
Pauly
yeah.
on.
Really?
Doug
Yeah,
Pauly.
I had no idea.
He jumped on board with Brad for a little bit down in Florida, but
Yeah.
they split ways eventually. And
Yeah, I think he's out in Cali now, and I think he sold 1552, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think he has anything to do with it. I think he's trying to revive the VW Sport thing. I haven't seen him post in a while, so who knows? But it's hearsay at this point.
that's cool though that they had the galleries.
That
but
was
now
my
it's-
favorite part. And I mean, even after I stopped posting on Vortex, I was still like going back and looking at the galleries because it was just the coolest shit.
Yeah.
That was the things I loved about the brand. It was always like, even like the stockest or the least modified cars still were the coolest thing ever to me. And then and then I got into high school, and then my buddy Socio had a B5 Passat 1AT that we put an intake on, and I was kind of at that point I was 15, and he was a little older. He said back he was 17. He just kind of got given this car. And the rest is history. I started modifying Volkswagens from there on out. And
So you said you had a Tornado Red Mark II.
Tornado Red Mark II.
What was your first mod? What'd you try and do?
Oh, I did a cup kit on it.
Okay.
I did cup kit. I did Coney adjustables. What the fuck were the shocks? H&R races. So they were not valve great, but there was the adjustable Coney shocks, so you could kind of get it right. And then the second thing was BBSs.
Yep.
German cars
The
need
recipe.
BBSs.
Yep.
Yeah, it's what they all need. I don't care what anyone says. BBSs belong on a German car.
What year was this that you were doing all this?
I do.
2014, something like that.
wow.
Yeah, well, I was late to the VW ownage,
Yep.
but I was around them, like I said, for that whole time. I mean, like I said, Joey had a Mark II. Medford was like a really big area. Boston in general, I mean, Boston Euro unit was big. Buckley, I mean, Benny still.
Yep.
Boston had like a really big VW scene.
Yeah.
Jay Murphy, I don't know if you guys know Jay Murphy. He works out of Best Ford in Nashua, but he bought
Yes, I do know who he is.
he had a, I'll never forget it because he worked at a pizza shop in town, and he bought a platinum gray 04.5 GLI CPO'd, and it was lowered on OZ middle modulars, and it was lime green with purple paint splatter. And I remember seeing it when he first lowered it and put wheels on it, and I remember looking at it and just staring at it for like an hour, just being like, this is fucking tight. And this was back when, you know,
Wait,
Dubs
it
in
was
the-
lime green or was it platinum green?
Yeah,
it was platinum gray, but the wheels were mint green
Oh,
with purple
okay.
splatter. The faces.
I remember that car.
Yes.
I
You
remember
talking
that car.
about paint splatter just unlocked a
whole
whole
memory.
memory.
Yeah.
Dude,
Was the
everyone was
biggest
doing that
thing.
shit
Yeah.
in what, 2010 to 12,
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
before, a little
Right
after.
around there.
Yeah.
Wow, that just unlocked.
I mean, it was, we're
core
talking
memory.
like Dubs in the sand,
Yep.
Dubs at the beach.
Best
like,
show.
Oh, so
That was a
fucking
good.
good.
I never got to go to the Dubs. Was
Dubs on
the
defrost.
Dubs on Defrost was
Yep.
another one.
Yeah.
I went to Primer.
Oh, that's another
And then
throwback.
that was like Yarrow Sport, right? I think.
Yes. Yes. out
And
of
then
Providence.
what was the big one for Club Broke status?
Broke down.
Yeah,
Down.
good old broke
That was
down
a
with the
good
broke
one,
down
yeah.
piggy.
Oh my
Yep.
God. Good old Broke Down.
What was their slogan? It was like "Live broke,
I
die
forget what it
rich" or
was.
something like that.
You know who
It
you
was
need
cool.
to ask? You know who you should get on is OMT. Fucking old man Tom.
yeah.
Yeah.
Old man
Whitaker?
Tom would
I
be-
mean-
yeah.
Tom Whitaker?
Yeah. Totally get OMT.
Tom would
Him and his
probably
old ass.
come up.
Yeah, you
That-
could. I know Dan. I know him, but Dan
Also,
could
Fucking text
I
him.
wonder if he'll be at a Classicer with Blake.
probably.
They're in Wolfscott right now.
Yeah, I know. I heard they were all going.
At
to
Lake
that.
George or wherever the fuck it is now.
I got a couple buddies going up to him. I'm curious to see how it ends up this year, but
Yeah, I'm curious. Like Josh, your new writer, he's
yeah.
up there with his girl and
Yep.
his friend.
Yep.
So
Couple of people.
I'll be curious.
yeah, if
Young
anyone,
guys.
If anyone listening is going to Wolfsgard this weekend and hears this Monday or whatever, message us with how you feel about it.
Feedback.
Any pictures,
Yeah.
feedback, stories, whatever it might be, because we're curious.
We're
to
all
hear.
curious. We all went during the
Hate it.
peak.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
during
get
the
early
teeth
on.
knocked out.
We could have a whole 3 episodes of Wolfsgard throwback memories.
Just stories,
I don't know if I want to.
throwing fireworks in the porta potty while somebody's in there.
Yeah. Yeah, drinking an entire handle of vodka and water
yeah.
between Al and I. Yep.
To one each.
Yeah, it was not a good time.
I had a few. I thought. I remember those fucking Bud Light Limeritas.
Oh, yeah.
The fucking. I used to call them thought juices. I had a good summer and a half of drinking those
yeah.
fucking things. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna die of a heart
Yeah.
attack.
I just remember
Because
when I
of
was an
those.
asshole and I would bring just cases of Andre with me, and that's all I would drink the whole weekend.
To make me feel old enough, our first year up there was Four Locos. That's when Four Locos were
OG
like big.
Four Locos.
OG Four Locos.
when they had
Ooh.
caffeine.
Oh
and
my
cocaine
goodness.
in them.
And literally. And yeah, we drank a lot of those our first Wolfscar. And I remember we were supposed to set up my tent. And
Yeah.
I got hammered beforehand. Didn't set up my tent. Tried
Slept on
setting it
top
up.
of it.
Dude, tried setting it up at like midnight. I ended up sleeping inside of it. Collapsed on top of me. It was so, dude, woke up so hot, so hungover. I'm like, I'm probably 16, 17, something like that. It was a bad time.
Dude, it's oh my god. The weather was always brutal too. Like
Yep.
if you
Yep.
started drinking too early and that sun fucking got to you,
Yep.
and you fuck that. I miss those days, but I don't miss those days.
Yeah, you'd get torched because
Oh
there was at least one day it was 100.
Yeah. That would change when I got a hotel room for the last, I don't know, this is probably 10 years ago at this point. When I got my first hotel room to go to Wolfscar, I was like, even though I was with Joe Booth, who fucking, that dude snores so fucking loud. I could not sleep for days because he would snore so loud. But even with him snoring, the fact that it was 65 degrees in a hotel room every night was the fucking best thing
Yeah.
ever. I was
Yeah.
like, I will never fucking camp.
I remember-
So I said you get the shower in a real shower.
Oh my god.
You get to sleep in a bed.
Our first year in a hotel was an accident. We showed up and I think camping was booked or something happened
Solid
and we
or some
couldn't
shit.
camp. And I think we had maybe didn't have a spot for that night, but we had the spot for the night after at the campground. We stayed in the hotel that first night. We never went
left.
to the campground.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't.
Was it the
dude.
Baymont?
Yeah, no, the first year wasn't the Baymont. The first year was the Quality Inn, which actually really wasn't that bad. And we were broke back then. But like then the next year was when we all started doing the Baymont.
The
And that was
Baymont
had a good
was
run.
Game
Had a
changer.
good run. Yeah.
game changer.
And now it's like I think it's
It's like a
mental
rehab
health facility.
that or rehab
Yeah.
center.
Yeah.
Fitting.
Yeah, it makes sense up there.
But I mean, there was parties in the parking lot at
Oh
the
my
Baymont.
god, dude, the pool with
Yep.
the slide.
They had a little
yeah.
gazebo out there.
Yep.
You could sit there. And,
Yep.
yeah. There was a
reminds
car
me-
wash right there
I
too.
got a picture of Brody.
Yeah.
with my car from there.
The
Yep.
yellow. Yeah.
Yep.
E36. Yeah.
That's what's funny is that I caught H2O on the tail end. My first year of
Same.
H2O was 2012.
Oh no,
And-
I caught it later than that.
Oh yeah, no, my first one was 2012, and I didn't have a car down there. I went down with some buddies, and like
It was awesome.
that early Wolfscar kind of gave that same
Yeah.
vibe.
Yeah.
And
I heard like 13 was the peak.
Yeah.
That was like right.
I went
where-
12, 13, 14.
Yeah.
12 and 13 were phenomenal. 14 kind of sucked, and then that
2010.
was the last time.
Yep.
2010. I went.
Really?
Was
Yeah.
it still at Ocean Downs at that point, or was it?
It was
out of
Ocean Downs.
Yeah.
And we stayed in a high rise, which come to find out, you stay in a condo, it's better. But
Yeah.
I didn't know anybody because everybody was older. But we had been going to Waterfest for so many years consecutively.
Yeah.
We heard about H2O, and I brought a bunch of my friends who were like not car people, but it was like just my high school friends. And we got this sick place with like a hot tub, and we sat out on the condo, like on the balcony, and like watched. But I remember we just sat on the street, and it was just like entertainment all fucking
All
night.
night.
But there was so much more like air cooled shit. There was like crazy old. There was just the cars were out of control, and everybody was driving fast and spiritedly, but it was like less of a party.
Yeah.
It was good, and there was definitely people partying. And I'm talking 2010.
You know how
So
many
this-
times I watched people fucking do beer chugs from like the second story balconies?
I was going to say, the hotel I stayed at the first year in 12, there was a four-story
I don't know.
beer fountain
Yeah.
going
I'll say this.
Maybe it was early on.
what if-
I don't know. I went all the years after that,
Yeah.
and it became more of a party. I felt like there was more of an enthusiast core there.
Well, at that time,
At
they were
that
also
time.
having the separate car get-togethers.
Yes.
And I think at that time also it was before like the owner Jay pissed
Shoot.
off the entire fucking
So-
Ocean City's like council and
To-
all of their
to
local government.
piggyback to that, the partying was there. It just didn't happen
On the street.
on the street.
on the street. Yes.
I remember going to. I mean, all of Volkswagen hung out was they booked the Marisol Solid every year, and there was always stuff going on in the parking lots. But it never made its way. Like I don't remember it making its way fully up to the street. I remember going to hotels and stuff, but like as it got later, it became just a fucking public shit show.
Yeah.
Were you there? Did you go to any of the water fests in Jersey?
Yeah, I miss that shit.
There,
I don't.
I
take
wasn't
that back.
there for the. Sorry.
I don't miss fucking sweating my ass off when they offered the VIP. When they were like, you could watch from the fucking AC. I was every year after that. I was buying VIP for the simple fact of having air conditioning.
there was
I got torched every year.
There was a time that they had a get together at the hotels, and at one point there was a helicopter that like was breaking up the mob in the fucking hotel parking lots. Like I wasn't there for that. I was years later, but I saw videos and I was like, holy shit.
last
it was
year-
out of control.
Yeah. The last year they had a shit show in the parking lot behind the hotel.
Yes.
It was like a restaurant, a strip mall, and
Yeah.
the hotel. The last year I was there, we went there, and there's thousands of people in the parking lot, and a cop was trying to come through, and nobody, dude's doing a burnout.
Nobody would let him through.
Nobody would let him through.
Yep.
He was just doing the burnout and like, fuck off. What are you
Yep.
gonna do?
I mean, it's kind of sick.
Was that
Yeah.
like the Barnes and Noble
Yeah.
parking lot?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes. I remember those meets. Those
Yeah,
were pretty good.
we weren't staying at that hotel. The next year, we're like, we're staying here. The next year, they shut everything
Everything
down.
down.
You couldn't hang out in the parking lot at the
Yeah, see, I
at
did
the hotel.
I did a couple of shit show years at like the Holiday Inn in one of
Yes.
the Brunswicks or something like that.
The hot
And
spots.
yeah,
New
and then
Brunswick.
the last
Yeah.
year I went, we stayed at like the Hilton or something like that, and there was like an 8-story parking garage.
Oh, fucking mayhem.
And that was awesome because there were a bunch of like little individual parties going on each floor.
Yep.
They never got rowdy enough to gather attention, but literally the whole night you could just hop from floor to floor to floor to different like groups of people and parties that were going on.
Yep.
That's, and that's funny because like I miss that. That's a big thing of why I miss forums and why, I mean, granted, I'm going to sound like a boomer yelling at the clouds, but like, and we can
Get off my lawn.
Yeah, we can get on my, I'm going to get off my soapbox very quickly, but like where the community is what kept everyone going back to these things. I didn't give a shit about the fucking show. No. I mean, how many times did anyone go to H2O and then like never made its way to the actual show? I mean, I always went to go see Top Dog because I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Jay had the greatest idea is if you're going to be in Top Dog, that car needs to drive into the showground.
Yep.
If it doesn't fucking run, it doesn't belong
See,
to Top
I didn't
Dog.
know that, but that,
that was one of the requirements for Top Dog. And I still think that is an important thing that should be, if you're in a Wolfsguard Alpha class, that car better drive in on its own power.
Yep.
And if it doesn't qualify to me.
Yeah.
But like that was the one thing that I always miss about Waterfest and H2O was nobody gave a shit about the fucking show. You went down and you saw friends who you haven't seen in a million years, or you went down and you were like, oh shit, that's the guy I've been following on Vortex. That's the build. I need to go look at it. I mean, Ryan's fucking Jetta. Like that build thread to this day is ridiculous. And it was documented. And the fact that he has every fucking photo.
Did it without a lift.
Yeah. Is fucking bananas.
Yep.
It's absolutely fucking asinine. And again, old man yells at the clouds. You're not going to get that anymore.
No.
It's not as
That
connected.
it is long gone. People do not care.
Short
anymore.
form content.
Absolutely.
All anybody cares about.
And you know
Instant
what?
gratification.
Absolutely. And it sucks because I get people, I mean, shit, people we know have made a living off of it. And I can't knock them for making a living. That's, hey, good for you. But in the same time, I'm kind of like, damn, that kind of also ruined the one thing I love. I mean, it gave me a job. I have a career because of my love for Volkswagens. I'm a parts man. I've been with VW going on 10 years now. I have a career because someone I knew was like, hey, you like Volkswagens. I see you on the forums. Do you need a job? And I was like, fuck yeah, I'll go work for Volkswagen, and the rest is history.
It's because you heard that VR, Joey's son's VR,
Joey's
drive by
son's-
you one time.
God, that
I hear about that car
fucker.
from Rob from Mendez.
Oh
all the
my
time.
God! Yeah, I mean,
Yep.
Rob was there too,
Yep.
it's funny how I'm a big believer of the 6 degrees of separation. How everyone like,
Especially New England.
yeah, it's so, and especially cars. I mean, I only met you because of KJ.
Yep.
And I only met KJ because he was friends with other people.
And
that
I
knew.
only because I started working at Mini.
Yeah,
Like I would have never met KJ. I would have never. Like,
and
yeah.
it's
So
crazy.
the community's still there. It's just we're not as connected.
I don't
It's not
think-
easy to connect
Yeah.
the.
I
You know what
think-
I mean? Like Vortex was like you were following somebody's thread, and then you were excited to go see them at a show.
Yeah, they're like, oh, I'm going to be
like,
at
oh,
Dust Off this year. And
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're like,
and-
cool.
But nowadays, it's like it's harder to like when you're on Instagram, which I would say is probably the best because Facebook groups, it's fucking out of control.
You can't
Meta
keep
has
track. They
gone-
move so
Yeah.
fast.
It's so hard to follow anything.
Yep.
You can't like pin it down. Like where Vortex was like the pinnacle of like, I know this guy's username. I know what he's posting. Everybody's in there. You're looking through the classifieds. You're buying parts off the same people that you're talking to or following threads,
Hold
what do
on.
you got over there?
Wrong leg.
Wrong. No, it's. Where is it? Fucking. What leg is it?
He's got a
gave-
tattoo we're looking
right there.
for. Oh, he's got the Van socks too.
The beer emoji. It's the beer emoji.
Oh, yeah.
You put the fucking
Everybody
beer
wa-
emoji in the thread that you wanted to follow.
Yep.
It was a universal
Oh,
way
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was a
You're
universal
following
way
it.
Yep.
to follow it because you made a comment, but it was also like, hey, here's a couple beer emojis. It's on my fucking leg. Like
That's hilarious.
It's
There were so many subcategories too to Vortex.
Oh, yeah.
It was
oh my
insane.
god.
Like,
And you know what's crazy is Vortex VW wise is gone. The car lounge is still popping.
is it really?
Every day there's new threads in the car. The car lounge still gets active.
Wow.
Nothing else for Volkswagen, but the car lounge is still big. It's wild.
Is it still Volkswagen oriented or is it mostly just regular car stuff?
The car lounge was a free for all. It could be
Yeah.
about anything.
Yeah.
Anything that goes on with the automotive scene
World.
or the automotive world
Yep.
was in the car lounge. And like I said, people still use it. but the VW side of it's long
And
gone.
it's still funny to see, not funny to see, but it's still nice to see like Tobias with
Oh,
the
yeah.
Mark Ones, like all the people who were doing it, granted when I was young and looked up to kind of thing, but now to see them, you know, a little bit, I mean, they're probably well into their 40s. There's Al as well, like
Yeah,
that kind
I
of
mean-
generation. They still have the cars, but they're almost in the background a little bit. He drives them, he does everything with them, but like it'll be a picture of his front yard with
Yeah.
like the perfect grass and the perfect
Oh, yeah.
trees, but then the Mark 1 sitting behind it, or the red Mark 2, or like whatever it is. And like I think I enjoy that nowadays too, is to just see people grow and live their normal lives, but still keep the fun. Still have that car they cruise on the weekends or whatever it might be. I think that's the nice thing about in this generation, is to get those little blips where you're like, oh, okay, everything's still normal. It's just we're adults.
It's
and we're
like,
doing different
what do they
things.
say about punk rockers? They never grow. They don't stop going to the shows. They just
No.
stand in the back.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
Yeah, they're on the
Exactly.
wall instead of the pit
Or maybe
now.
it,
Yep.
if, you know, Kim always says after working all day, if I want to go to a music show or a punk rock show, I want a seat.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
I want to sit down. Not to age you too much, Tobias.
No, but- yeah, I love,
Yes, I apologize.
I love Toby.
I did
Shout out
not
Toby
mean to
Type
call him
Hands.
out like that, but
No, I mean,
he's the one
true.
in particular that I can see doing.
Well,
that,
did you
but-
see he won too? Like he posted a little bit about it, but like Jay Leno gave him an award
Yeah.
for his car
At the
at
Oh,
like
yeah,
a
yeah.
crazy car show
Yeah.
with like absolute beautiful cars.
Yeah.
And he was like, this guy has every detail on this car, like ironed out, and like it's just a beautiful car, and it's been around, and he's obviously been through a lot of different variations
Yeah.
of phases and stuff like that, but it is undeniably just every detail is just amazing. And
probably one of the best Mark ones to do it.
yeah, it was funny because I didn't realize that his truck,
The same color.
yeah, is the same
Yep.
color too. What was the? Do you remember the color? It was something with a,
No, I don't remember.
I don't.
I forget. What
I will
it's
say
called.
this. Toby once said, "Fuck, I don't know how long." I've always credited to Toby because I've heard him say it. The best mods on a car are the mods you don't know are mods.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And I feel like I've stuck by that rule of thumb whenever I'm judging something, whenever I'm building something on my own. And it's funny because like I even take that same like facet into other things in life, where like building BMX bikes, I'm like, oh, I got this sick like mid 2000s BMX bike. I need mid 2000s parts to go with it, because if I make it look
Yeah.
too new, it's not going to work. And that was the one thing that I always kept in my mind from Toby was the best mods are mods that are mods.
Yep.
That don't look like mods.
I've been with all the old truck stuff now. All the stuff I've been putting on it, I've been trying to take off of old truck, like
Yeah.
parts trucks, because I don't want the repopped. I don't want the new stuff. I want this as original as physically possible.
You posted a picture or the video the other day of the hood light.
Yep.
Was the fucking coolest thing to
Dude,
me.
I have 2 of them now.
That's fucking awesome.
I am over the moon about it.
It's the littlest shit, man.
Dude, it's it. Like in the 80s, they were making a retractable under the hood light so you could work on your vehicle.
I shared it on the page right
Sick.
after I saw
Like,
it on yours. That's
so
sick.
cool. Yeah, and then the other one was broken, so I figured out how to take it apart and fix it. So now I got 2 working ones, and I'm just gonna hoard them because it's cool.
Yep.
But, you know, it's to kind of circle back to what the fact that Toby still does the videos for like
Yeah.
AVF and everything.
It was like,
I
what was it
remember
called? VW
watch-
Fiends.
Yeah, VW Fiends, Justine and all them, and you know, R.I.P. Alexi. But like the fact that he still does those format videos with Sam Dobbins, and like I remember being a kid and being on Vortex and watching him do the Mark 1 meet at the mini golf place at H2O in the same fucking format, literally like transports me back to like being fucking a teenager again and watching this guy who I have no fucking clue who he is and he has no idea who I am, but I'm like, yo, this is awesome because of that guy. And I think that sense of community that we don't feel is there right now is going to eventually come back, because I think like punk rock music, the people who are real with it and the people who are legitimate with it are the ones that are going to stay. The posers are gone.
Yep.
That shit's going to die.
Yeah,
out.
they
It's a
they
fad.
come in
They
and then
come and
they
go.
leave.
Yeah,
They come and go.
Fuck it up and they bring. But you know, because like the best way I look at it is Ethan.
Yep.
That
we
Mark
were
II
talking
kid.
about him tonight.
Yeah.
He's a young kid, 19, 20 years old, but he's got that same old dude mentality of how we did things. And like, I see him go off the fucking deep end on the Vortex stuff, and it's hysterical to see it, because it's like, damn, I was him at one point.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny how it's like it's now becoming full circle again because he's learning it the same way I learned it.
Yep.
And I almost feel like, damn, maybe we can get back to what I thought were the heydays of this VW community.
I also feel like he's earning it.
He
Absolutely.
100%
In a
is
sense,
earning.
if that makes sense. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's scrolling the forums. Granted, he's not getting shit talked to death like we all did in the
Yeah.
forum, but
Lower it.
he is grinding for it,
And
which is
people
awesome.
people see it, they respect it, and they help him out.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to Dan for throwing a sick barbecue
Yeah.
where it was just that old school mentality, like we were just talking about, the old school feeling where it was just laid back, chill. We were all hanging out, barbecuing, and the band, and just we basically, for a lot of us, we parked our vehicles and then all just shot the shit for the rest of the day.
That was,
So,
I mean,
I wanted
that-
to say thank you again
that was
for
sick,
throwing
man.
that.
I'm so glad you guys came.
That was awesome.
Honestly, that was exactly what I wanted to do, and it was based around an old school Volkswagen show that's been around with the Bug Club. Obviously,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, you're aware. There's 25 plus years, I
yeah.
think, at this point.
It's up there.
So it wasn't like I was specifically inviting people who just went to the show, but I wanted to get the people who knew about it, essentially, that would have maybe gone to the show, and then it was awesome. I honestly think if we do it next year, we might need a bigger spot.
I said you might be able to get one more year out of it.
Maybe, but no, it was awesome because it was like we combined some music that was Jake's friends, Head First, the band. They're young guys. I mean, Jake works at like Earthworks. It's one of the craziest microphone factories.
Oh, okay.
One of the craziest microphones that you can buy as a musician.
No shit.
And he works in this mill building in Milford.
Yeah,
with the yellow Beetle.
I drive
And
past
that-
the Beetle every day.
And the lead singer, Siraj, he's the guy from Head First that does, also works there as well. So it was kind of like this small community of car guys. And then you saw what they rolled up in, right?
SL 500.
Yep.
And what was it was like
The
a
crowd-
grandma car.
It was-
Don't even start. Don't even start. Fucking B-body Caprice with the LT1s,
Yeah.
the Corvette motor. Fucking
Blue on
sickest
blue.
shit ever.
Yeah.
Blue on blue interior.
Yeah.
Fucking love it.
So
that
good.
was literally just a natural, like, hey, is there anybody know anybody who wants to play at a barbecue? And it was just like, oh, it turns out that these guys work at like one of the craziest microphone factories in the world, and it just happens to be in Milford, and they happen to have a slammed Beetle, and it's like, oh, we're all friends, and it was just very good, and it wasn't like there was judging or anything like that. It was just like, come hang out, bring your car, let's like just.
Mike would have been over checking out that SL.
Yeah,
He would've loved that.
We were talking
Would've
about
been.
you while we were there.
That would've been.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was what's the guy name? I think it was Connor. I think he had his grandmother left him the car.
Damn.
So yeah.
Yep.
And it was very cool.
The
but-
thing is mint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's
Both of them were, honestly. That fucking Caprice was mint, too. I was like, yo.
Dude was so riled up about the Caprice.
Dude,
It
it's
was awesome.
fucking sick.
they actually apologized because I saw them at Bad Burger in Manchester last Friday. Because I was like, I'm gonna go support those guys. They were awesome and a little bit maybe loud for my neighbors. I didn't get
think-
any hate mail.
Fuck
So
No,
good.
it wasn't
yeah.
that bad.
It was loud, but
it was like 2:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
It was
Exactly.
fine.
It
Fucking
was
daytime.
good.
It wasn't
It was
like
good.
we were doing a house party in
Yeah.
your garage at 11:30 at night.
Exactly. It didn't go super late, but I went down there and they were like, "Yeah, we're sorry about like our cars. You guys all had sick cars." We were like, I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Your cars were sick, dude."
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
They don't get it.
yeah, no, I think that I don't know. There's a lot of good shows. Like this last week, obviously a lot. It was some weird shit going on with shows locally. I mean, the memes have been really good and entertaining, I will say.
The Vortex banned me account
Dude.
is just going hard
Yeah.
on them.
He does not hold back.
No.
Obviously,
I'd
whoever
love
that
to
is.
know who runs that. you know that's hidden.
He wants enemies,
Yeah.
but like honestly,
Secretly, it's just fucking Ethan.
Oh, God.
He's like, oh, you thought you couldn't shit talk? Bringing back
That would
Vortex
be-
like this.
that would
It'd
be
be
awesome.
fucking hysterical.
Yep.
yeah, no, but there's a lot of good people who run shows and stuff like that. So I mean, obviously,
It's still, I mean, dude,
Still there, but-
Joe Booth still does the Boondopes cookout every year. And that's still a fucking riot. If you follow Joe Booth, which if you don't know, my GTI
I think I got invited last year, but I was gone on vacation.
It is.
Disney.
He makes a post of the date and the time, and he says, if you see this, you're invited. You just show up.
Yep.
Bring whatever you want to eat and bring your own booze and just show. Dude, we have mini bikes. We put Predator motors in like those Coleman mini bikes. So they got two 212 fucking Predator motors and mini bikes. There's a go-kart. I mean, it's at his house, which he has like 10 acres of land in Carlisle.
There's a bunch of land.
And
Where
we
is
have Carlisle, Mass.
Okay.
So not far from like Minuteman Volkswagen.
Yeah.
And like his childhood best friend has Jeeps. He's a big Jeep guy. So you go out, you go to this cookout, you can fucking around on the mini pit bikes and then like jump in his best friend's Jeep and then they go out into the fucking woods and just go four-wheeling.
Yep.
You come back, throw burgers on the fucking grill. There's beer pong. There's fucking Mario Kart. Like it's just an all-around good time. And if you want to fucking crash, you can pitch a tent in the yard.
That's
Like,
sick.
it's every year. It's fucking fantastic.
Yep.
But yeah, no, it's. You're right though. Local shows are.
It's
This is a
good.
time.
The cars and coffee thing is awesome, and I think that
The one
funny
in
because
the
some of
Capitol?
these people who have been
Yeah.
organizing these shows, they're like kind of throwing shade at the cars and coffee, and it's like, well, you know, people have lives. You know, they gotta do shit on Sunday. You know, it's hard to like plan a weekend and go drive 5 hours to the show. Like obviously that's
I mean, how many shows do you go to
But-
last minute week of?
a lot.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're like, I want to go to this, and then you're on the fence, or on the fence, or on the fence, and then Monday you're like, you know what?
I can't comment. I'm not the person because I literally go to the 24 Hours of Daytona every year and I don't book anything until 2 weeks before the race.
But that's what I'm
Exactly.
saying. But like,
Because you're like, maybe I can make it work.
I
and
do,
then
I
make
don't
it
I don't
work.
even get a hotel room. I fly
Yeah.
in Saturday, fly out Sunday. I sleep in the fucking rental car every year.
I'm going this year. No, I can't actually.
Yeah, don't be a pussy. No,
Bad
it's.
timing.
I think people forget that Cars and Coffee wasn't a car show. It was how do car guys who have a family can do car things before I have to do family
adult
things.
stuff.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So what time can I do this? 6 a.m. on a Sunday because
Exactly.
the wife and the kids are asleep, and I can go do my car shit, come back with coffee and food, and we can start the day and do family stuff
Yep.
on. It's not a fucking car show. It's just a way for a bunch of old dudes to drink coffee and say, "Oh, hey, it's good." It's this
Yeah.
at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Yep.
100%.
Nope.
It's perfect. So Red Mark II.
Perfect.
Yeah.
here we go.
We get off topic.
We do
so
it all the
fast.
time.
We love
So how long did you keep it for?
I had it for a couple of years. 4 years, 4 or 5 years, something like that. I had it for a little bit.
Did it have different stages and variations of it?
No, I kind
Or
of
was it-
always stayed. As there was never stages. It just kind of as every year I kind of did
Progressed a little
yeah,
bit.
a little bit more and more and more. I kind of kept it OEM plus.
Yeah.
It was a 3-speed auto, which I don't know if you know. Those are Mopar transmissions.
Really?
Yeah, they're K car transmissions. And I was like, my plans were I had at this point I had that. I picked up a 90 GLI 16 valve 2-liter car that I was going to use for a swap. I had 2 of them at one point. And it just never, I mean, you're young and you don't have garage, and I live in an apartment building, so like doing big major projects was not in the cards. So I ended up over the years just scrapping not scrapping, but selling off cars and you know, just things that I was never going to use. And I ultimately sold the Mark II to fund my first Mark III VR6.
Yep.
The first Jazz Blue. But I mean, the Mark II kind of cemented everything for me as like, yeah, no, this is it. I'm fucked. These
Yeah.
are what I'm owning for the rest of my life.
I did the same thing.
Yeah,
I always have one.
I will always own one.
Yeah.
There will always be one in the fleet. And it's just, yeah, you know, I don't know if it's because of what I know, and it's just like I know which ones to buy, but it's just the ones that I've always like get in, and I'm like, yep, nope, this feels right.
It's because they drive amazing. Right?
My brothers-
Even your GTI,
yeah.
your Mark 8 GTI.
Fucking fantastic.
Absolute unbelievable car to drive.
Fantastic.
You get in some
Love it.
cars, they don't drive as well. They're not as fun. You can't throw them around as much. There's something there,
Yeah.
right?
They
And
have a soul.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird. Like, I remember my brother wanted to get a Volkswagen. He needed a car, and he was like, "Oh, I'm thinking about getting a Jetta." He's like, "But I really like the Civic's a really good deal." And I said, and they were both at dealers. I said, "Do me a favor, go get in the Civic and shut the door," and that's it. Just shut the fucking door.
That was my selling point when I was at Seacoast.
Yeah, and just shut the fucking door.
Can't stand on.
I would
that.
tell people, I was like, drive the Jetta. I was like, take my Jetta, drive it to Portsmouth Toyota, park it next to a Corolla, and shut the 2 doors, and then call me.
Wasn't there a commercial from Volkswagen where the guy's like hanging on the door,
Yes.
slamming it 3
Yes.
times?
It was like, and that's what he did. He went and drove a Civic, and he was like, oh yeah, it doesn't drive bad. And then he went and test drove a Mark 614 stick, like base model.
Oof.
And he shut the door, and he was like, oh no, the second I closed the door, he was like, I knew. Like right then, he was like, this feels like it's worth all of the money. And it was, and he drove it, and he ended up fucking smoking a deer in it because he lives in Tennessee.
That'll happen.
You know, he's all right. He's had a bunch of Volkswagen since then, and he's actually about to get my wagon because I'm getting rid of the wagon. So, but I had the Jetta for a couple years, 4 or 5 years. Just kind of progressed. Ended up the final stage of it was still the BBSs. I had a built set of 16-inch RSs when you can get them for fucking pennies. Still was a cup kit. Was a Sachs front end from Italy for non-AC cars.
Huh.
So I remember buying this grill, and the only other person I knew who had one was James, Gigawatt James in Canada.
Okay.
He had one on a Mark II like 5 years prior, and I was like, dude, this thing's sick. So it was just an Aero grill with 2 driving lights in the middle.
Okay.
And that was it. But you couldn't have AC because the driving lights would hit the condenser. So I had this Mark II was a fucking cream puff. It got bought at Joe Height VW in New Jersey by this old Italian couple. New. They drove it. It had 82,000 miles when I got it for $2,500. It was pristine. They traded it in to Joe Height VW. And the girl I got it from was I don't know if she was a service writer or a parts person or whatever, but she had it, posted it on Vortex, and I bought it.
Yep.
But like this thing was a fucking cream puff, and I regret fucking getting rid of it. But it had working AC. It was a GL, but had like AC and like these weird options.
Yeah.
Like somebody definitely special ordered
Oh,
it.
yeah, and it was fucking R12 too, and it blew fucking icicles.
Yep.
And I bought this sick ass grill, and I went to go put it on, and it didn't fucking fit. And I was like, "Fuck, what do I gotta do?" And then I'm like digging through old Vortex. So I was like, "Oh yeah, it's meant for non-AC cars." So I'm like, "Well, fuck."
Did you delete your AC?
I fucking poked a hole in that
God,
condenser so
yeah.
quick and was like, "Oops."
Yep. Evacuate the
It
atmosphere.
slipped. Yep. And then I fucking regretted every decision because I sweated my balls.
Well, yeah, but it was
Every
worth
summer
it for the grill
Fuck yeah, it looks
all the time.
We used to remove AC
Yeah.
all the time.
Yep.
And
every,
now
every
you're-
car, and yeah, now none of these cars have them left. They've all been removed by cavemen, just ripping them out.
I mean, how many Mark III heater cores were bypassed
Yeah.
or removed because no one wanted to do the job?
No, once they
Nobody
break,
wants
they're
to
like,
take it.
loop it,
Yep.
gone.
Cool. I don't have heat anymore. It's fine.
My first Mark III had no heater core.
Typical.
It was fucking terrible.
I'm putting mine back in the Mark II.
As you should.
Yeah.
Same thing. Like
we're adults
the people
now.
that remove those and wipers, and it's like you end up at a show, you have to go home
In the rain.
or it fogs up. What are you gonna do?
What was that first year of dust off not at Seekonk when it was at Thompson, but it was in the fucking bowl?
It was in the oval,
Yep.
yeah.
And I remember leaving in that Mark II. So this is 2015, maybe, or 2014? No, 2015 was the first year out of Seekonk, I think.
Fuck, it might be 14 because it
Either
was the
way.
first year I had the orange wheels with the black lips.
So,
Wait, in the bowl?
Yeah, it was in the
In the
bowl.
old Seaconk Raceway?
no.
Or-
When it left Seekonk and went to Thompson for the
They
first year.
still put it in the bowl.
I remember leaving that show, and it was me, Tony Smith, KJ, and who else was there? There was another person there, and I remember we were bombing down. I was not bombing in an 8-valve 3-speed automatic Jetta, but they were bombing down fucking 290 or whatever it is,
Yep.
out of Connecticut, and we blew by a fucking trooper, probably doing 100 miles an hour. And this fucking trooper came out, and I don't know what it was, but the grace of fucking God, the skies opened up. It poured buckets for like an hour. And the second he pulled out and it fucking started coming up, the rain opened up. He stopped at the next fucking turnaround and turned right back.
He
He's
wanted
like,
nothing.
He's
to
like,
do with
I'm
that.
not getting out of this fucking car for this fucking bullshit.
Good.
And it was terrible.
That's another thing to kind of turn back onto. I'll never forget the cruises to shows back in the day.
Yeah.
It was you always had a lineup.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
you bringing up dust off at Seaconk and like all that stuff and Dubs Under Frost and whatever. There was always just a
I used to bring my buddy
train of
Chris with me,
Volkswagens.
and I'd have him drive my car, and I'd hang out the window and take pictures.
yeah,
the whole way.
absolutely.
Fucking.
Every
Getting
So
old.
it still
I have,
happens.
I have plenty of those Capone watermarked pictures.
Oh yeah.
Did you go to Unity
When? Last year?
last year?
I did not go last year.
So
I
we-
went the
we-
first year Nick did it, which shout out to Nick. He's
Yeah.
a fucking man.
We had 40 cars on a cruise last year.
Yeah.
That's sick.
People that we were driving by were like, "Holy shit!" I mean, and it wasn't just like new Volkswagens. It
Yeah.
was like Mark IIs, Mark Ones. We
bunch
had
of air cooled stuff.
air cooled. Like I was in the Type 3. We had multiple Beetles.
So a bunch of shit
friend
doing 40 the whole way,
yeah.
holding traffic
But
up.
Holding up traffic in the
dude,
left.
you know what was crazy, and I thought was the coolest part was the colors. Like we had all these different crazy colors and all these different varieties of, Mark IV R32 in blue. Like Andy's thing with absolutely no windshield.
Yeah,
He's
the
freezing
orange.
his
Bright
freaking
orange.
balls off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like it was just crazy to see all these cars. But we did have a solid cruise for like 40. But Nick, yeah, I mean, that's a perfect example of somebody who's been in it. He's not a poser.
No.
Does the shit. He's doing the upholstery
Dude, him
thing.
and
It's
his wife.
unbelievable. Yeah, they're
Him and
both-
his
Rachel,
wife are
yeah,
fucking
she's
awesome. They're awesome. And Nick's fucking neurotic, and like his attention to detail to things literally is sickening. Like the fucking people used to complain to me when I would judge Mark IIs at dust off because they'd be like, "You give it to Nick every year," and I was like, "Yeah, because
Have you
Nick."
seen his
I go,
car?
the car is a completely different car than what it was last year.
Yeah.
And your car you've washed it. Congratulations. He changed his entire interior in his fucking basement.
Yep.
And he's like, "Oh yeah, I just, I bought a sewing machine." And he's like, "I never sewed a fucking thing in my life, but I redid my entire interior in tweed." Like blew my fucking mind. And I swear to God, it's because he lives in Western Mass and there's nothing to do
Where all
out
the
there.
dragons are.
Where the dragons are, and I swear to God, there's nothing but drugs out there. So I mean, fuck it. If you're gonna do drugs, might as well do Volkswagen drugs.
Yeah,
you know,
you're wrong.
What is it? What is his company now? He runs his own upholstery. Western
Western.
Waterworks.
No,
I forget.
that's
what it is,
another
too.
throwback fucking VW show, by the way.
Waterworks, yeah.
Waterworks. Western Mass Waterworks. You're right. Yeah.
Western Mass.
Yeah,
Waterworks,
and he's basically made a business out of doing these interior. He just did Brett Sloan's
Yeah,
Mark II,
saw
which
that.
another killer fucking car. If you can get Brett on this too, that would be fucking fantastic.
He's the Porsche guy, right?
yeah,
Yeah, he's been on Revival.
yeah, he's
bunch
been.
of
Brett is really cool people. His dad was so my mentor to VW parts and stuff like that is this guy Eric Sanders, who is the treasurer of the Bug Club that Dan was talking about earlier. He was, I mean, he's been in Volkswagens and Audi. He came home in a Beetle.
Damn.
He
That's
came home
sick.
in an air-cooled Beetle, and like, you ready for this? Came home in an air-cooled Beetle in England, right? So his parents are from Europe. His mom's from here, his dad's from England, and he has family in Holland. He has photos of this air-cooled Beetle in England with him in front of it when he's like 5 years old. They kept the Euro plates. When they came back, they kept the Euro plates registered in this. He had a thing, now he has a bus, and the Euro plates from when he was a kid in fucking the 70s is on his bus now.
That's awesome.
Yep.
It just stayed with so he got me into like knowing old Porsches because he worked for what the fuck's the name of the shop over in Peabody there down the street from where Minnie was, Autobahn.
Okay.
He worked at Autobahn Performance as a parts guy in the mid 90s, and all they did was air cool Porsches. And he knew Brett's dad when Brett's dad was doing what he does,
Sloan.
what Sloan does now, what Brett does now.
when
And,
it was cool.
I mean, they're still fucking cool.
When it wasn't just collector's items, it was people driving them.
We're getting into a slippery slope where I'm on my fucking soapbox again. But yeah, when people stopped when people
They weren't
started
stocks.
Yeah, when people were buying them to drive them, and Brett's dad had the best. If you want the best example,
Yeah.
you paid a little more sometimes, but it was the best fucking example of that car, and he still does it. He still gives you. He just saw one the other day. He had a '97 Carrera 2S, black on black, 23,000 miles.
Wow.
Find another one. They're not out there like that, and he got a fucking curation of them all down there.
Yeah, he's got a lot of connections. He can find the cars that you're looking for.
The same thing is you carry a legacy. You know, his dad had a legacy, and he carries that legacy to this day with the same regard that his dad did.
Well, I feel like a lot of those times when you have the name and you have the stuff, you get phone calls. Hey,
Yeah.
I know if someone's selling this. Hey, someone's looking to get rid of this. And then that's when you end up with these cream puffs that it's just like you have the connections.
Yeah, it's someone calls. Yeah, you know, someone you know is like, oh no, but I know a guy who kind of is into that stuff. Here's his number, and then the rest. Yeah, it's all about word of mouth, and I still think you can still get really good deals word of mouth like that.
You
shit.
can. Yeah.
It still exists out there.
You have to find the cars in someone's backyard or in someone's garage or whatever it is. That's where it's at.
Absolutely.
He even said, though, I heard him on a interview once, and he was saying that it was way cooler when people were just driving those cars, and like they were looking for these examples of like clean cars. Like it was basically a used car dealer for Porsches. But then he noticed a change over the years that it was like stock bros showing up like, oh, well, if I hold on to this car for 3 years, it's going to be worth this much. And it's like, I'm just going to go stick it in a storage unit and that's when the whole thing went to shit.
Bring a Trailer ruined it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my tinfoil hat conspiracy number one for this chat.
Yeah.
Fucking Bring a Trailer ruined car culture. It wasn't. It turned into short form media later, but Bring a Trailer is what fucking ruined
Because
car
everyone that had something that low mileage rare started selling it.
I don't know if you remember, Bring a Trailer meant exactly that. It was fucking projects that didn't run that you were like, bring a trailer to pick this shit box out of my yard.
Yep. Then it turned into Bring a Trailer because this thing's way too nice to even drive down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you see the ones, I don't know if you saw the other day, there's a Lamborghini Aventador, I think it was an SV, which I don't know why the SVs are rarer than the SVJs, but they are. It has a mileage blocker on it. And they fucking figured out the last time it sold to now and was comparing the Carfax that whoever bought it from the first auction put a mileage blocker on it.
What?
And these cars are going for millions.
What's a mileage blocker?
Exactly that.
Yeah,
Stops the
it literally
odometer from
blocks.
moving.
Yeah, it blocks the
Oh.
vehicle from
Yeah.
registering the odometer, so that way you can literally buy
Yeah.
a 3,000 mile Lamborghini, put 3,000 miles on it, and only have it register. You pop it off when you know you're going to
Yep.
sell it. Put 200 miles on it,
Yeah.
and then
Your car is now. So it's funny because like it's becoming more and more known about these things. Like Vinny Antra had his NSX, and all you had to do was just unplug the speedo cable, and all of a sudden your cluster stopped registering miles. And on those cars, you pay a lot of money for miles,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's insane. But my tinfoil hat conspiracy, Bring a Trailer ruined car culture.
Well, on the flip side, though, do you think that a Mark II GTI that was pristine would be worth putting money into to fix up? Like, I think, I mean, obviously COVID was bad for the car culture too, I think, because everybody was at home looking, oh, like, what can I buy?
What's
and then,
cool.
like it kind of spiked everything, and then everybody thought that everything was worth $1 million, and it probably was Bring a Trailer. But on the flip side of things, it's nice to be able to buy like a Mark 1 or 2 GTI and spend 6,000 or 7,000 fixing it up, and then be able to get your money back. So it almost created a market that wasn't there prior, potentially. Everybody on the Mark 1 and 2 forums and Facebook groups still think they're worth $4,000 at most, but most people are like, well, if I want a good car, I'm going to have to spend $10,000 to $15,000, right? I mean,
I never bought a car and thought to myself the end goal was I'm going to make my money back.
no, but
It's never been a thought.
as
to
a
me.
person who in this world now, it's hard to just live a life and pay your rent.
Oh, absolutely.
Buy food and stuff like that. Whereas now the modding culture is like, well, I can buy this car, I get a deal on it. Instead of buying like this pristine example for $40,000, I can buy one for like $5,000, put $5,000 into it, make it what I want, and still maybe break even and drive it for years. I think that might be the positive side of Bring a Trailer, potentially.
I think the problem with that is you get down a slippery slope of people are like, well, fuck, I can do, if I did it with this car, I made $1,000. Why can't I do it with the next car?
Yeah.
And then
Have you met Ben?
Yes. See, it's funny you say that too, because I'm up to vehicle number 50 now, and
50
for most of those, I bought every single one of them thinking I'm gonna get my money back, if not more.
Yeah.
And that was also the mindset of as to why I would sell them, is because I knew at some point they were going to be not worth less than what I've put into them, so I would sell them.
Yeah.
But
So he could drive them,
Now-
have fun, and not
Exactly.
lose his shirt.
Yeah, he
You know
would
what I
find
mean?
that
Yeah.
tipping
That cusp.
point.
that has changed as of recently. I've said it before. I'm $10,000 into a $5 truck.
Yeah.
So I now feel the feeling of wanting to keep something and caring about it a little bit more.
It's a piss hole in a snowbank.
Exactly. But yeah, no, I've found it now. But like when I was growing up, it was like, oh, okay, I'm at that teeter point where if I buy another set of wheels or if I buy whatever, I'm going to be over, an imaginary budget, and I would sell it.
I think that when you, I don't know. I just feel like if you start thinking about it money wise, you create this false idea of what you like about it.
Exactly.
I agree, but
I don't know.
let's go back before Bring a Trailer. People still bought cars and was like, okay, I'm going to modify this car. And if it was something that they were doing that was like I'm going to put
pick me.
speakers in the freaking everything
Yeah.
and headrests and all this stuff, that obviously is like, I'm going to keep this car and whatever. I love it. It is what it is. But those cars are kind of, I mean, at that time, there were a million of them, So it wasn't, it's different. Nowadays, manufacturers aren't building cars that people are like the car show scene is dying because
Every car's a throwaway.
because the cars
Yeah.
aren't the same anymore. There's
we circled back. Sorry to cut you off. We circled back to the point where manufacturers, prime example, Volkswagen Mark IVs, Mark Vs, even into the Mark 6. I've owned more Mark IVs with over 200,000 miles than anything else.
Yeah.
And they still fucking run. And they
my
still kick.
337 had 196 on it when I sold it.
They're fucking tanks. Get a new fucking Jetta to do that. Won't do it.
You might be able to.
Yeah, if you keep
If the head hasn't
a-
blown
if
off.
it's a-
But
if you
It's a
keep 20
1.4,
quarts
baby.
of oil in the trunk.
But I mean, it's just not the same.
Yeah.
I don't think manufacturers make cars to last anymore. It's just not.
Well,
a
that
thing.
and the world has changed in the sense that everything's disposable, and that is just the mentality of the world. I think somebody said to me today, this girl I work with, she said, all you Volkswagen guys are the same. You're always trying to save something.
Yep.
You never throw it away.
Fuck.
And I said, because
Right.
there's something righteous in saving and recycling something.
I'm going to need that for a car 10 years from now.
Yeah.
And I'll use it.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. And you can buy a new car. They're going to constantly be cranking out new shit all the time. But where does all this stuff go?
We're in a land of
it's
leases.
we're just wasting stuff
to the
and-
earth.
Exactly.
Where it came from.
It gets shipped to a third world country and washes up on a beach.
Yeah.
So
But that ends up still running for another 10, 15 years over there.
if
because
they get it.
Yeah.
My man's out there fucking holding the cylinder with a
Oh,
fucking
dude.
piece of wood and
dude, I
a
love
rock.
Those videos
good.
are awesome.
Welding the rocker panels
Dude,
back
what-
into Mark III with
what-
just a
Two batteries?
and a stick of metal. Yeah.
Get the metal on
water-
the ground with a hammer.
What's
shaping it
the
and
water
everything.
bottle
Yeah.
filled with? It's
I
got to
do.
be
Who
some sort of
fucking
oil,
knows?
right?
gotta be.
It's like watery
It's like
oil.
assembly lube is what it looks like to
I
me.
don't know
but
what that, but just
It's
spray it on everything.
Diddy's baby oil.
it's
the
just
best-
canola oil and they're just spraying it in there.
Dude, the best part about that shit is it's either going to go one of two ways. That car is going to blow up the second they fucking turn
Yeah.
the key, or it's going to run for another 300,000
Yeah.
miles. There's no fucking
No,
in between.
It's a Mark III. It's gonna run forever.
No, did you guys see the Cayenne one?
no.
Oh yeah.
I gotta find that.
The rear quarter?
No.
saw that
This was
one.
a full.
That's what I'm
full
thinking of.
V8 4.8
Okay.
rebuild in
Nope.
sand
dirt?
and
Oh
dirt,
my God.
aluminum block. Like I was like,
It ain't going to rust.
thing
Fuck it.
ran fine
Dude,
Wow.
for who knows
Those-
how long.
It's crazy
I wa-
what they do.
I watch those videos. I'm like, I could do anything. I'm like,
It
are
is
you
inspiring.
serious? I'm
It's
like, this
very
man's
inspiring.
jack stand is a piece of wood, and he is
And a
doing the-
boulder.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
doing
and
the
he's
bearings.
underneath it.
Yeah. He's putting rods in it. He's doing the bearings in the bottom of it.
You're
I'm
eating
like,
pretzels on the
Meanwhile-
couch.
yeah.
You're like, fuck,
Yeah,
dude.
I ain't shit.
Meanwhile, we're paying a shop $250 an hour to do it,
And I'll
they're
fucking do it every time.
Agreed.
I am at that point in life. Pay the fucking person to be miserable because
Yeah.
I don't want to be miserable.
Yeah, but they're doing it on a beach with 3 hammers and a screwdriver, and somehow
You know what? In their defense, I might be more inclined to want to work on my own shit if I was on a beach with 3 screwdrivers and a coconut. You
You
know?
ain't wrong. You ain't wrong.
Dude, so I came across this article the other day because I was looking at I forget. It was the VW Up because in Italy,
love 'em.
that's like their cheapest rental car.
Love them.
It's a manual VW Up.
So you're looking to get one.
Oh, I'm definitely
Yeah,
renting
yeah.
one. I'm going manual in Italy.
Okay.
I've already been watching videos on what not to do while you're driving in Italy. Don't hesitate because they will eat
Fuck
you up.
yeah.
Yeah.
The
It's like
guy
trying to
was
go around the rotary in Chelmsford.
Yeah.
It said
rotary.
the guy on the video was like, I grew up here. He's like, they can sense weakness.
It's how New Englanders used to fucking drive.
Yeah. You don't hesitate into a rotary. You
No.
get
No,
in
you-
there.
you fucking
and
If
go.
you have if you have what you think is 3 inches between the front and the rear of your car,
you have 6.
fucking
Go.
slot it. My first, so funny you say that is my first time driving when I got my learner's permit was my father had, what the fuck was he driving at the time? I forget what it was. My first driving was, we live in Medford, and he took me to Roosevelt Circle.
Oh,
And was like,
yes,
Into the gauntlet, this is what we're doing. So we did Roosevelt Circle up fucking 93 to 128, which if you know anything in New England, that is the 4th most dangerous cloverleaf in America. I did that fucking cloverleaf, went down, and then we went through Wellington Circle. And he's like, if you can get through any of these, fine, you'll be a good driver. And I fucking hold true to that statement every fucking
Is that
day.
the equivalent of your like dad throwing you into a swimming pool?
Yes,
to see if
exactly.
you can
Yeah.
swim in
Exactly.
Boston.
My dad did the same thing when I first started driving. The first time, because my grandparents lived in Medford, right off of the Fellsway.
Oh, yeah, no shit.
Yeah, and they would literally. He was like, "Okay," he's like,
Roosevelt
"Go,
Circle.
go for it.
Yep.
Go for it. You got this." And it would be like, "You're driving. You got this. You got this."
And it's fucked up because if you don't know it, it's 2 lanes into this rotary with on and off ramps from 93. And it's 2 lanes in the rotary and 2 lanes going into the fucking rotary.
That's horrendous.
So if you're on the inside lane to try to get onto 93 North,
You're fucked.
You're fucked. You're going around.
Yep.
Because nobody's letting you in because everyone's trying to get on 93.
You're fucked, or you rip it. You use that. You
Yeah.
got 3 inches. Fuck that.
Fucking
You got
send
6.
it.
Go.
Dude, it's the fucking worst.
Mine
But-
was South Nashua at the Pheasant Lane Mall, whatever road that is. I can't remember. But then,
VW Highway.
Yeah,
yeah,
Daniel Webster.
and then there's exit 1. So if you're
Yes.
going if you're leaving Nashua and you're trying to get back on the highway, you go on exit 1. It's that massive hill.
Yep.
Well, my first car, what I learned on was a 2000 2-liter Golf 5-speed.
Fuck
It was my
yeah.
mom's car, and she took me down there, and we went into the mall. We did the loop. We were dealing with just like heavy traffic, and then she's like, "All right, go this way," and we got on the hill, and the light turned red.
learn how to
I
fucking drive
shit.
stick.
I was like, this is it. I was like, I'm totaling this motor vehicle right here and now. And ended up pulling the e-brake up a little bit and, pushing the
Yeah.
clutch and doing the whole 9s. And I made it. And she was like, all right, cool. You're good. I'm like, yeah, sure. Whatever you want.
That was like when I got my Mark V. I didn't know how to drive stick.
Yep.
Fucking thing was brand new. Here are the keys. Go for it.
I'll double down. My first manual car was a Corrado.
Ooh.
I bought a Corrado in Brockton not knowing how to drive stick. That was the worst decision I've ever made in my life.
Yeah. The worst part of it is you're in Brockton.
It was in it wasn't the fact that it was a fucking Corrado.
no,
it was in Brockton.
Corrado or manual. It was Brockton.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I
Was
literally
it stolen?
No. Dude, this thing was a fucking cream puff though, and you would love it. Blue pearl effect. So option paint. It was a G60. It was built on Thanksgiving of 1989. It was option blue pearl effect with black leather. And the only way you could get the black leather was with the paint.
Yep.
And it had 79,000 miles. I bought it for $3,500 and I made it 1 block before the shift linkage, the square
Yep.
that holds the shift linkage on to the tower rusted off and snapped.
Yep.
Yep.
Makes sense.
That was how I learned how to drive fucking stick
Yep.
on was a fucking Corrado. And that, yeah.
So did you tow it?
I literally pushed it into a fucking gas station and threw the keys in the drop slot and wrote a note like, just bought, broke, figure it out. They called, I put my number, and he called me the next day and was like, dude, it needs shift linkages. I can get them from Volkswagen. They're like $650 a fucking shift cable.
Yeah, the whole cable.
And I said, yeah, no, push it back outside. I'll come get it. And Tony's, I was building what the fuck is that? I was building an ABF clone at the time. So if you don't know what an ABF clone is, it's a 9A bottom end, which is a 2-liter 16-valve bottom end with a KR 1.8-liter 16-valve
Yep,
head.
that was a big thing in the 90s.
Yeah, it was just a mini-me ABF. I was building one of these, and Tony Smith wanted I got a KR head at Dust Off for like $50. I think I'll
Swap meet.
Swap meet.
Yeah.
I think I got it from Bruce Canova, which I don't know if you know. Everyone knows Bruce. Bruce is a Connecticut guy. He's a good dude. I think I bought it from that and a set of party seats interior. I think I got that for like $50. And Tony worked at Romer's Towing out of Belmont, and he was like, I'll fucking tow your Corrado back if you give me the cylinder head that you fucking stole from me. Because I bought it fucking 10 minutes before he went to the ATM to get money to buy it, and I had cash, and Bruce was like, fucking give it to me. I'll take it.
Yep.
And he was like, give me the cylinder head and I'll tow your shitbox home. And I did exactly that.
Worth it.
Oh, it was worth every fucking
Did
penny.
you keep it?
The Corrado or the head?
The Corrado.
I ended up buying another KR head, but no, I ended up selling the Corrado. I sold it to Jason Fennessy at Speed Life.
Okay.
Jason has
I haven't heard Speed Life in a
hot
long time.
minute. Well, Jason's in the Army now or some shit like that. He ended up joining the reserves, and then now he's in like fucking Thailand or some shit. He married some girl out there, and he's like back and forth between here and there. They still have Speed Life.
Okay.
But I don't know. He's not doing really much on car stuff, I don't think, right now. But yeah, he had a Corrado race car that he drove, a VR6 that he did like SCCA stuff in, and he was like, "I want to build a street car." I was like, "Well, fucking $3,500 is what I'm in it for. $3,500 is what you can have it for."
I had one Corrado,
Shit boxes.
silver, black leather VR. I
So
traded.
93, 94.
It was a 90. Fuck, it was 92, 93.
Because
I don't know
silver
when
was an SLC color, so I knew it
Yeah.
was that.
So I don't remember. I literally got it.
Oh, so good.
I put it. Did I put the alternator in it? I did something to it, and I immediately listed it. And I was like, I'm not into it. But I traded a 91 Jetta Coupe, VR swapped,
so good.
but the left rear quarter had gotten caved in at some point.
Yeah.
And it was just pulled out, and it was all rippled. But besides that, like, thing was mint.
Did the wing work?
On the Corrado?
I don't know.
Because you
I
didn't go
never
that
drove
fast.
it.
The big thing. Well, no, they have a switch. They have a rocket switch in the dash. If you didn't know, my Corrado had working spoiler and working moonroof. Granted, it only had 79,000 miles.
Yeah.
And if you touched the heater knobs, the passenger window would fucking like jolt. So
Hell
I was
yeah.
like, yeah, I know nothing to do with this.
Dude, so my coworker has that Beetle Turbo S.
Yeah. By the
And
way,
the wing, the black one.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know someone who wants to buy it, but I'm not paying $4,000 for it. So if he wants to make a real offer for a Mark IV that's got 170,000 miles, hit my line.
Car's clean though. I drove
Bang
it.
my line.
And every time I was like, what is that noise? I forgot that those have the electronic wing as well. It works, dude. And
They're
he's like,
cool as
oh yeah,
fuck.
there's a switch under here too if you want to.
Dude, that was back when VW built quirky shit for people who they knew their niche market, and they built cars for that
Cool
niche
colors,
market.
too.
Cool colors, cool cars, shit that just makes you go, huh?
Yeah, so
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
back to the VW Up. So I was like kind of looking at VW Ups on Google or whatever. So back in 2013, I found an article that they were going to build a dune buggy, VW Up, and it was basically like a roofless dune buggy, probably like a 4-cylinder, a 3-cylinder. It wasn't commissioned for the US because of like safety, but they were considering patenting it and bringing it to the US. This was 2013. Can you imagine? Like that was like peak like Volkswagen doing whatever the fuck they wanted because they were selling so many cars.
All right, we're going to end part 1 right there and continue with part 2 in the next episode. This one ran pretty long, so you can listen to us on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, Amazon Music, and Pocket Cast. You can follow us on Instagram, 3 Pedals Podcast and Carhouse. You can also follow each of us on Instagram at Capone, Mike at send__it, and Dan at Dan J. Pendleton, Ben at Jen_Benson. And you can follow Timmy at Timmy4Names. Thanks everyone for listening, and we'll see you in part 2.